everyone, welcome back to my Vlogmas. I think this is going to be Vlogmas. Sorry, a little distracted per usual. I'm often quite distracted. So I thought I would I know I never do tags and I still don't really want to do them, but I thought I kind of like this 26 random questions tag from David Murphy, I believe. I watched Brian's version, and who else was I watching? Who got me started on this? I can't even remember who started it all. Someone that I watched. Oh, I don't know who it was. And I started Steve Donahue's, but it is 40 minutes long, so I might come back to it. Bookish? Who did it first? Oh, I don't remember. Scrolling down. I don't know. Oh, Mariana Mas. Yeah, I liked her version. That was funny. And it is a good way to get to know people. Not that you don't already know quite a bit about me. Okay, so let's get started. And the thing is, what I'm planning to do is I might cut it off and do it in versions because, you know, there are a lot of questions. And let's see what pops into my head here for answers. First question is, what was your most recent YouTube rabbit hole? And I've been thinking a lot about this because I fall down rabbit holes regularly, both YouTube and otherwise, but YouTube is a really good way to fall into one because it's kind of, if you go to your, I'm sure people know, if you go to your home page as opposed to your subscriptions, it kind of like susses out what it thinks you will want to watch, and I kind of want to watch it all. I mean, especially when I'm sort of not that busy. So the one that really kind of went close to my heart and kind of in a not necessarily good way was when I watched the Diane Sawyer special about the Turpin family, those poor kids that were awfully treated by their really, really abusive parents, escaped from a house of horror. I mean, I had to watch the whole thing, and it's been all over the media, and it's just such a sad, weird, creepy story, and the poor children, and I still kind of like the fact that they're still not really getting the great amount of help that they'll all need to survive and perhaps even thrive. And it brings me to my weird obsession with true crime, and especially this kind of true crime. There have been some awful cases that I don't want to dwell on because they're just too sad, but I am morbidly fascinated with specifically weird child abuse cases going back to, you know, folklore, Kasperhausen in the German tradition. And then, of course, there's cultural artifacts connected to these stories. And it's not that far away from fairy tales, I hate to say, even though fairy tales, of course, are supposed to be Disney and light and whatever, but they're not. They're about child abandonment, child abuse, and, you know, parents doing terrible things to their children. And oftentimes with the slant of the children surviving, which is the almost therapeutic aspect of them. So I did fall down that rabbit hole, and I extracted myself. And now recently, for some reason, I don't know why, the algorithm has chosen to show me, they're very funny, but oh yeah, I know, it was something to do with body positivity. Kristen and Jen, or what's the channel called? They do silly videos of testing foods mainly, and they come from the BuzzFeed tradition of YouTube personalities, and they're really funny together. It's Kristen and Jen. Let me see. It'll come up on my home. I'm on my subscriptions. Yeah. Kristen and Jen try every Trader Joe's beer, for example. And they're just really, they have a really cool interaction. Sometimes Kristen's wife appears and she's transitioning, and she's really sweet too. Bree is her name. Just kind of funny, you know, entertaining non-binary folks, or, you know, at least queer folks. I mean, and they just, the way they interact with each other is very, very funny too. So it's just fun to watch them make jokes and stuff. So that's another one. And then, of course, I am a stationery person, although stationery on YouTube, I find sometimes it's good to watch to get some specific ideas about things, but I don't watch a lot of stationery videos. That's more an Instagram rabbit hole. I collect the pictures and images of styles that I like on Instagram. And yeah, moving on to number 2. What song is currently stuck in your head? And so here, I don't want to talk specifically about any song, but I wanted to bring you up to date on my TikTok. adventures, such as they were, me, an almost 60-year-old person on TikTok. What am I doing there? Basically, it was, I wanted to figure out TikTok, and I couldn't figure it out. It's like, this is just so obnoxious and annoying, these stupid little loud snippets of music. And then slowly, and trial and error, and the second time around, I started seeing the allure of it. And I think part of the allure is weirdly aural, A-U-R-A-L, in that you use snippets from popular music or whatever kind of music to put your TikToks to. And so an example of that would be, these are people that I wouldn't normally listen to. What's her name? Doja Cat. Doja Cat, is that her name? She's a really talented singer, and her video of Kiss Me More. So the song itself was very TikTok heavy. I won't sing it to you, but actually the video is really interesting too. I'll post you the video. I think it's fun and interesting and multi-layered. Yeah, so that was one. And then the other thing that it kind of, I figured it out by tracking down who it was, and it was Bo Burnham. Bo Burnham, the guy on Netflix, the sort of nice white guy. He is very talented too. His Inside Netflix special is very good, and I do like some of his songs. And the one about put your all eyes on me, all eyes on me. I really like that song. Put your hands up. The is a swear word. And so that was on TikTok a lot too. And so those are two that really got stuck. They're not stuck anymore as much, but they were for a while. Yeah, things get stuck in your head. That's just the way it goes. Next question is kind of hard to answer because I listen to so much music. So the question is, what kind of music do you listen to the most? I listen to all kinds of things. I have very eclectic music tastes, but most of them sort of, well, not exactly experimental, although sometimes. So quite a bit of classical music, mainly Baroque, like Steve. Bach, I love Bach. I love the cantatas. But then I'm looking at my Spotify here. I have a playlist that I follow called Krautrock. I really do like the Krautrock bands, and I'm not an expert on them, but I see here Deuter and Neu and Can. So yeah, Krautrock's really good. I listen to that a lot. I listen to, when I was younger, I was sort of more into Brit alternative. I had a big thing. I had a Smiths phase, so Morrissey, not anymore as much, but, and then, connected to that, what's the name of that band? Oh, not Scritti Politti, some, Cocteau Twins. I like them, and I still listen to them a little bit. And sort of other eclectic, there's a New Zealand song lady that I really like, Aldous Harding is her name. I think she's really, really talented. Aldous Harding. All of her songs are really good, and her videos are really good too. The one where she's in the big hat, what's it called? What's that song called? Don't know what it's called. It's really good. Very, very talented. And yeah, I could go on about music, but I won't. But yeah, so all over the place, eclectic. Okay, let me just quickly go to my fave section. Jacques Brel. Yeah, Jacques Brel. I love the Jacques Brel. And then an Australian band here called the Go-Betweens. Yep, like them. Cocaine Jesus. That must be like, I do sometimes like the lo-fi and the electronic a little bit. Oh, Bill Callahan, who was with a band called Smog once. I really like his voice. He's got the best voice. Sufjan Stevens, not anymore as much. Used to be, going down here. I had a Belle and Sebastian phase, which, yeah. Still like Nick Drake, the folk stuff. So some folk. Nico, yeah. I want to see the Velvet Underground movie. Fleet Foxes, sure. Oh, back in the day, I really liked this band called Heaven 17. And I liked that the name of the band is from Clockwork Orange. So, yeah. Ways Blood's really good. I had a Talking Heads phase. Yep. Oh, Beirut. One of my favorite songs ever is from Beirut. It's called Elephant Gun. I love that song so much. I won't sing it. It's a nice video too. So yeah, lots of musical, eclectic music tastes all over the runs the gamut here. Anoni is really interesting. It used to be Anthony, and now he's Anoni. Oh, they are Anoni, and very interesting music. Yeah, sorry to just be kind of scrolling down here. Some Donovan, Kishibashi, yeah, like John Cale, yes, John Cale, for sure. And then things like, you know, I don't know, Fleet Foxes. I'm just going through my, this is my faves playlist. It's quite long. Let me move on here. We're already at 10 minutes and I've only done 3 questions. See, this is what I mean about doing more than one video, maybe. What is something you need to get better at? When you're older, it's sort of like, you know, has the train left the station on getting better at things? Maybe not, I don't know. Not being as unproductively self-flagellating, like in a stupid way, like, I don't know. I still have the negative self-talk a little bit too much. Although I've gotten better, but it's still there. Do you set goals? What are your goals for the end of the year? I'm pretty bad at setting goals, even though I consider myself a planner. I'm a planner, but then I kind of don't make goals, which is sort of strange. No, I don't have any goals for the end of the year except to rest, relax. I mean, that's a goal, I guess, and be ready for the next semester. I do have some work I need to do. I need to do sort of administrative stuff at some point, and also get the classes ready, you know, spruce them up a little bit and change things around, and get the syllabi ready and all that good stuff. But that won't, you know, that's fine. That's just normal work. But that's not even goals. It's just stuff I have to do. I don't see that as a goal. I guess I don't really do goals. It's more like I plan, but I'm okay with not having goals. And I never do like resolutions. Oh, no. I just don't. I don't want to, because the thing is, the way if I do that, I'm not going to do them. I won't. And even reading goals. I don't know. We'll see. Number 6 is, so those were weird answers to those 2 questions, but whatever. When was the last time you lost your temper? So I don't ever sort of get, sometimes I do get really infuriated when I see people mistreating me or others, or in a kind of self-serving, stupid way. And sometimes even with students, I mean, I do try and be very patient with them, but sometimes they can hit the, you know, they know how to push buttons. And so you have to kind of deal with that. So I can't remember a specific instance when I really lost my temper. It's more like I get sort of, well, I guess, I mean, work stuff sometimes, but not very often, and not, it's more like, not in the moment. It's more like thinking about it or whatever. Do you swear too much? Swearing's led to some really interesting, really interesting answers about how it's not good, you know, if you swear too much, it loses its potency and all that stuff, which is true, I guess. So in public, I kind of agree with Brian, I don't, like in public, but you might be surprised to know that when the cameras are off and it's just me and the cats, or even my poor husband, yeah. And it's almost as if I know that what Brian is saying and Steve was saying is true, that it's almost comical, but I still swear. And it does kind of help, because I'm a bit of a complainer, a whiner, and so yeah, no, I do. I'm off camera, and when it's just me and no one around, I can swear. You know, I grew up in Australia. People in Australia swear a lot. Let's see. I spend too much money on shoes? I'm not sure about too much money, but the issue is that I have feet issues, feet problem. They're probably right now my most worrisome joint problem, because it's not going away and it's even starting to creep over into the both feet. So tendonitis, ankle pain, which has led me to buy these weird shoes that have springs on them, and they're expensive. And I have 2 pairs, and I may even get a 3rd pair. So I kind of do spend a lot of money on shoes, but I have to, because I want to be able to walk. And even before that, I would spend a lot of money on shoes. And it's not about looks or anything. It's about finding shoes that are comfortable for me to walk in. So I was trying out the rolling ones. I had some Dansko shoes, which, I mean, they're not like super expensive, but if I didn't have to buy them, I wouldn't even buy. Well, Dansko I like. It's a good brand. I do like good shoes, but it's not about, you know, prettiness. It's about health and comfort. Number 9. And I think I'll do 10 and stop because I'm already at 15 minutes. So number 9 is the worst book I've ever read. I don't know. The one that I really hated that I just listened to, but I really hated it was by Frederick Backman, A Man Called Ober. I just think that's an awful, awful, stupid book. The other one that really pisses me off is Elegance of a Hedgehog. I just didn't like that book. And I thought the ending was awful. So those are the 2 that come to mind. And other than that, I don't really read terrible books. You know, I wouldn't read them all the way through. I'm trying to think if there are other examples of bad books. Not really. No, I can't think of any. And then number 10. Are you adventurous or a homebody? Well, I'm definitely a homebody. And I've never really been that adventurous. Unless you call moving to a different country to continue your studies and then deciding to stay in that country being sort of adventurous, so sort of navigating a new space, but one where I could speak the language. I think it'd be even more adventurous to do that where you didn't speak the language that well. So that's the only thing I've done that's sort of somewhat adventurous, is move to a different continent and stay there. So yeah, and I think I'm going to stop there, and I'll do 11 through whatever next time. And I hope this kind of works as a Vlogmas entry. It's kind of different and a little bit of a cop-out, but that's okay. We've got a lot of days to cover here. And please comment away and do this tag. I don't know who else to tag. I don't tag people, but it is a fun tag, and it is a nice way to get some footage for my Vlogmas. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.